At number 10, Jared Padalecki and Genevieve Cortese. Shout out to the Supernatural fans because I put this one on here just for you guys because this one is a match made in hell, so to speak. Supernatural actor Jared Padalecki met his wife Genevieve Cortese while they were working together on the 4th season of Supernatural. Genevieve was guest starring in a few episodes that season, playing a demon named Ruby. Jared has said in a few interviews that he was instantly attracted to Jen from the moment he saw her, but also recalled that in the moment that they met, she was standing in her underwear. During a panel in 2012, the actor told the story of how he first met his wife, where he said, quote, "I was a single dude and she was a pretty girl in her underwear on the first day of set. I was very excited to meet her. Meanwhile, I think she was like, who is this long-haired a-hole who think he can talk to me while I'm reading a book? I interrupted her while she was reading a book and I think she was kind of fussy about it. I was very attracted to her and I got to know her. I was very excited to take her out to lunch," end quote. Jared also explained that what made things work between them was that they, quote, "got to know each other for about 4 months before they went on a date. They officially took their relationship from on-screen into the real world and have been together ever since, welcoming 3 children along the way." At number 9, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Even though it took years for them to start dating, I guess the chemistry that they had on screen was just too electric to let slide. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher met in 1998 while working on That 70s Show. Mila sort of grew up around Ashton as she was only about 14 or 15 when she was first cast on the show as Ashton's character's love interest. Ashton was actually Mila's first kiss, which sort of makes their happily ever after story just that much cuter. Mila has said in interviews that while working with Ashton on set, she apparently had a huge crush on her co-star. However, because Mila had gotten into a serious relationship with Macaulay Culkin that lasted nearly a decade, things didn't really get to blossom with Ashton until years later. It wasn't until around 2012 when both Mila and Ashton became single again after getting out of their respective relationships that they finally found their way back to each other, and the rest is history. At number 8, Colleen Ballinger and Eric Stocklin. Imagine casting your husband, not in plaster, but in a show or movie. Well, this is what happened with YouTube star and actress Colleen Ballinger, as her on-screen love interest became her real-life husband. When Colleen was casting people for her Netflix show Haters Back Off, she met Eric Stocklin and cast him in the show. From there, they pretty much hit things off and later began a relationship. The couple got married in 2018 and later welcomed their first child together. It's crazy to think that these two met and fell so deeply in love because Colleen cast her future husband in her Netflix original show. I think that is the true definition of Netflix and chill. At number 7, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Brad and Angelina have a bit of a complicated love story because it sort of started while Brad was still married to Jennifer Aniston. Things were okay between Brad and Jen until Angelina came into the picture after she and Brad met while working on the film Mr. and Mrs. Smith in the summer of 2004. Fast forward to 2005 and Brad and Jennifer were no more, and the actor had his chance to move on with Angie. Brad's divorce became a whirlwind breakup because of cheating scandals as Angie became the other woman of sorts, and even as things died down over the years, tabloids would still bring this drama up from time to time, almost making it seem as though things aren't exactly over for this unfortunate love triangle. Brangelina became something of a Hollywood power couple as they continued to dominate the industry, all while having an over decade-long relationship and adopting kids together and getting married in 2014. Unfortunately, things didn't exactly work out between them, but at least they tried, right? At number 6, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are one of the best Hollywood couples in my opinion because they're just so much fun. They love to poke fun at each other online and on the red carpet, and they just sound like a hoot and a half, but it's even more fun to find out how they met. Ryan and Blake met while filming the movie Green Lantern together, but they didn't immediately hit things off like some of the other couples on this list. At the time, Ryan was still married to Scarlett Johansson, but not for much longer after Ryan met Blake. There had apparently been a little bit of speculation that there was a bit of a spark between Ryan and Blake, but that spark was later confirmed after Ryan's 2010 divorce, as the following year he and Blake were seen spending a lot of time together, being photographed holding hands and leaving each other's apartments. The couple ended up getting married in a secret ceremony in 2012 and have been together ever since, and have been known to share some fun details about married life, so I think it's safe to say that they're pretty happy together and seem to be a good match. At number 5, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. After learning about Kelly and Mark's love story, I might be more inclined to believe in love at first sight because it doesn't get any cuter than this. The pair first met back when they were on the soap opera All My Children. Well, they really met during a screen test in 1995, as Mark was hoping to get cast as Kelly's character's love interest. After meeting on set, the couple started dating in secret. When Mark described how he felt about Kelly when they first met, He said, quote, "I thought she was adorable, hot, and sexy and all that stuff," end quote. By 1996, their dating got more serious. They didn't need to take much time to get to know each other because they knew deep down that they were soulmates, and so they decided to get married and eloped in Las Vegas. These two haven't looked back since. They've continued being a power couple and awesome parents, raising 3 kids together. At number 4, Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush. Sophia Bush and Chad Michael Murray were one of the hottest couples of the early 2000s. They were like the Kim and Kanye of the time, and in more ways than one. The couple first met and fell in love on set of their TV teen drama One Tree Hill in 2003, and the two were engaged and wed in 2005. But sadly, things weren't meant to work out in life off screen, as after only 5 months of marriage they split up, and there's reportedly been tension ever since. According to Sophia, she said that she never wanted to marry Chad in the first place, and that it was the people around her as well as the One Tree Hill producers who pressured her into the marriage. She thought the whole thing was a bad idea, but apparently it was all for publicity. Years later, when asked about her relationship with Chad in an interview with Andy Cohen, she said, quote, "My mother once said to me, if you don't have anything nice to say, not to say anything at all. Maybe getting with your co-stars is a little bit messier than we once thought." At number 3, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner worked on a handful of movies before finally ending up together, and it's almost as if the universe was teasing them or something. The pair first started alongside each other in 2000 after working on the movie Pearl Harbor. At this time, Jennifer was already married to Scott Foley. Fast forward a few years to the summer of 2002, when Jennifer and Ben were reunited on the set of the movie Daredevil. Though both Ben and Jennifer were in relationships at the time, Ben would later go on to say that this was the set where they fell in love with each other. By 2003, people were catching on to their apparent flirtatious vibes, as after they guest starred on Dinner for Five, all people were talking about was how flirtatious these two were being with each other. Eventually, Jennifer and Ben did get out of their respective relationships and started a new relationship of their own. However, that one didn't exactly work out. They got married in 2005, but they hit a rough patch, so to speak, and divorced about a decade later. At number 2, Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth had a pretty rocky relationship. The couple dated on and off for about a decade, and it all started after they were cast together in a movie. The couple first met while filming the movie The Last Song, and after hitting it off on set and after a few months of speculation, they confirmed their relationship in 2010. After that, things were rocky for a few years. The couple had gone through about 2 breakups and makeups before they confirmed their engagement in 2012, only to have broken up again in 2013. Years later, the couple reconciled and the engagement was back on. From then, they faced plenty of challenging moments together, from tabloid reports to their house burning down during the California wildfires in 2018. They finally tied the knot at a private wedding ceremony in December of 2018, but their marriage was short-lived, as in August 2019, their breakup was confirmed and they soon filed for divorce, and it was finalized in early 2020. They had a long decade of ups and downs together, but some fans still hold out hope that this isn't the last you will see of this couple, hoping that it isn't their last song. And finally, at number 1, Kit Harington and Rose Leslie. Game of Thrones stars Kit Harington and Rose Leslie met on the 2nd season of Game of Thrones, and from then on they haven't looked back. Soon they were spotted together in public, and rumors started swirling of a relationship beginning to blossom between Jon Snow and Ygritte. They kept their relationship pretty private for the most part, as fans only really had rumors and speculation to go off of in regards to their favorite Game of Thrones couple. It wasn't until 2016 that the couple finally went public with their relationship, with Kit confirming that they had fell in love while filming Game of Thrones in Iceland. The couple later got engaged in 2017, married in 2018, and they just recently welcomed their first child earlier this year in February 2021.
Starting us off at number 10 is Marilyn Monroe and John F. Kennedy. There has always been a lot of speculation around this affair ever since rumors started circulating that the president had an affair with Marilyn while he was married to Jackie Kennedy. These rumors heightened after her iconic, sultry performance of Happy Birthday to the President. I don't think we can ever forget that one. For many years, it was all rumors and no confirmation, but in 2013, a biography came out and confirmed these claims to be true. In the biography titled "In These Few Previous Days, the Final Year of Jack and Jackie," it claimed that Marilyn once called Jackie to tell her that John had promised to marry her. The biography also claimed that he was having an affair with multiple women, but Jackie was most concerned about the one with Marilyn because she knew it would cause a huge and very heavily documented scandal. Now, of course, whether the biography is even true, we will never know. So, I guess we take this one with a grain of salt. Moving on to number 9 is Ashton Kutcher and Sarah Leal. Ashton was married to Demi Moore for 6 years at the time that the scandal had unfolded in front of the entire world. His administrative assistant, Sarah Leal, had come forward and alleged that she had intimate relations with him during an interview with US Weekly. Demi spoke about the affair in her 2019 memoir called Inside Out, where she said she found out about the cheating scandal through a Google alert. When she confronted Ashton about it, she said that he admitted to it right away. The heavily documented scandal was the catalyst for the breakdown of their marriage, with the two of them finalizing their divorce in 2013. Ashton never personally addressed the scandal, except for in 2017 when he admitted that his name was splashed around every gossip magazine for being an adulterer. And spot number 7, we have Tiger Woods and multiple women. Honestly, there's no nicer way of saying it, and the whole scandal included more than 10 different women. It all started in 2009 when the National Enquirer reported that Woods cheated on his wife with a nightclub owner named Rachel Uchitel. I think that's right. Media outlets reported not long after that his wife had attacked him with a golf club after finding out the news and finding proof in his phone while he was sleeping. After it was made public, more than 12 women came forward and claimed they had relationships and flings with him, sharing text messages and voicemails as proof. He ended up admitting to his infidelity and issued a public apology. Because of the scandal, he actually lost several endorsements and had to take a break from tournaments. He and his wife got divorced in 2010. Cruising into spot number 6 is Jude Law and Daisy Wright. This affair was one of the biggest ones in Hollywood history. 1, because it was so documented, and 2, because it involved someone close to their family. I am talking about the actor and his fiancée at the time, Sienna Miller. Back in 2004, they were engaged and seemed to be a match made in heaven. But it wasn't long before the scandal surfaced in 2006 and revealed that Jude had been cheating on her with their nanny, Daisy. She was actually the one who came forward with the affair and gave out details of their entanglement, which apparently had gone on for some time. Jude did not bother denying it. He ended up coming clean to the affair and released a public apology to Sienna, saying that he deeply regrets it and that he is ashamed of his actions. Sienna broke off the relationship right away, but then they got back together and tried to rekindle things. It actually wasn't until 2011 that they officially called it quits. Halfway through our list, number 5 is Alex Rodriguez and Madonna. Alex was with his ex-wife Cynthia Scurtis at the time that this scandal blew up in his face. There were multiple rumors going around at the time of infidelity on his end, and one of them was allegedly with Madonna. Why this affair was so shocking was because Madonna was also married at the time and she was denying the claims. It was actually Alex's former trainer at the time, Dodd Romero, who talked about the affair. He claimed that Alex got pulled in by the dark side of Madonna's religion at the time and was totally brainwashed. A friend of Cynthia's also spoke out and said that she told her she found a letter from Alex to Madonna, and in it he told her that she was his true soulmate. In interviews though, Alex always said that he and Madonna were just friends, and that is what they have always claimed, so we really don't know. I don't buy it. Moving into spot number 4 is Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe. Meg was in the prime of her career at the time, being the leading lady of romantic comedies, all while being married to Dennis Quaid. They got married in 1991, but then in 2000 she was exposed for having an affair with her co-star at the time, Russell. They were filming Proof of Life together at the time, and they were spending a lot of time together, which apparently led to this affair. She immediately took the heat for the affair, and everyone was heavily criticizing her to a point where it started to affect her career and roles that she was no longer getting. She tried speaking up about it and said that Dennis had actually cheated on her in their relationship in the past, but that it just was not made public. But people didn't care. She was still the only one to get bad press for it. Her and Dennis finalized their divorce not long later in 2001. Russell Crowe didn't get any freaking heat, eh? Cool, sure. Rolling into spot number 3 is Kristen Stewart and Rupert Sanders. This is by far one of the worst scandals to ever get caught on camera. I remember the pictures being everywhere at the time. It was back in 2011 when Kristen was dating her Twilight co-star Robert Pattinson, and everyone thought they were going to be together forever. or at least we hoped. I hoped. But then out of nowhere, pictures of her making out with another man were all over the internet and the cover of magazines. The man was Rupert Sanders, who was the director of her movie Snow White and the Huntsman, which is where the two of them met. Rupert was also married at the time to the mother of his children, Liberty Ross, so things were very messy. People were also shocked because he was 41 at the time and Kristen was only 22, so the age gap just surprised a lot of people. Robert and Kristen split immediately, but Rupert and his wife continue to try and work it out. Taking over number 2 is Jesse James and multiple women. Once again, the scandal just involved more than one person, so I can't really pick just one. He got married to Sandra Bullock in 2005, but they went their separate ways just 5 years later in 2010, after he was exposed for cheating. Articles called him a serial cheater, as a handful of women came forward with proof that he was cheating throughout his entire marriage. It all started when In Touch magazine revealed intimate details of his affair with model Michelle McGee. From there, 2 other women came forward sharing their details of having romantic entanglements with him during his marriage. One was an exotic dancer and the other was a photographer. Sandra filed for divorce immediately and Jesse didn't even bother denying the claims. He actually called it a part of life. He told Daily Mail, I quote, "Yeah, I did cheat on my wife. Yeah, I stood up and took accountability for it and apologized. In general, both women and men cheat. It's part of life." Well, it doesn't have to be part of life. But okay. In the number 1 spot is Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. We could never forget this affair, probably because the two of them went on to get married and create a family together, even though it came from infidelity. Brad was married to Jennifer Aniston at the time, but that did not stop him from cozying up with another woman. He met Angelina on the set of Mr. and Miss Smith in 2004, which is where the two of them got close. A little too close. The affair ended up getting exposed in the public eye, and even though Jen and Brad had split, Brad jumped straight into the relationship with Angelina. Well, because he was already having the relationship. People did not agree with it and even criticized Angelina for bragging about it. During an interview in 2008, she talked with the New York Times saying, "Not a lot of people get to see a movie where their parents fell in love." Well, I hope you also told your kids that their dad was married at the time that you guys fell in love during this movie. I'm very passionate about this one because I love Jennifer Aniston. Rachel Green? Oh, we fell in love on this set, isn't that beautiful? No, because dad was married to another woman, actually.
At number 10, Kaylee Cuoco and Johnny Galecki. It turns out that these two stars dated on and off screen, but not everybody knew about it. Big Bang Theory stars Kaylee Cuoco and Johnny Galecki have had a pretty solid relationship over the years, but it turns out that not everybody knows just how close these two are. On an episode of Dax Shepard's podcast, Kaylee spilled the beans and exposed her old relationship with her former co-star, telling the audience that she and Johnny had dated for 2 years during the show's run. Opening up about the whole thing, Kaylee told Dax, quote, "We dated really early on for almost 2 years. When we did the pilot, I was crushing so hard on Galecki, but he had a girlfriend. We got together and just fell mad for each other for 2 years, but then we broke up. Luckily, Johnny and I came out of it so brilliantly, and we're closer today than we ever were." Even though Kaylee and Johnny are better off as friends, it makes things a little clearer when you look at the chemistry that their characters had on screen. It's good to know that even though things didn't exactly work out romantically, they're still very close. At number 9, Ashley Benson and Cara Delevingne. For Ashley Benson and Cara Delevingne, they like to keep their private lives private, and that includes their love life, but just because they kept their romance out of the spotlight doesn't mean that fans wouldn't go looking. Since the moment people found out that they were working on a film together back in 2018, the speculation arose surrounding their potential relationship. In April 2018, the two were filming the movie Her Smell, and not too long afterwards, in May of that year, the relationship speculation came about after Ashley posted their first selfie together on Instagram. Following this event, fans couldn't lay off looking into their supposed relationship, though the pair never confirmed anything. These fans were certainly dedicated to sniffing out their relationship. Both Ashley and Cara went on record saying that even if they were in a relationship, they wouldn't confirm it because they'd like to keep their private lives private, but soon enough the pair was spotted kissing in public and basically confirmed all of the rumors. Finally, in June 2019, Cara confirmed that the two were dating and that they had moved in together, making their fans jump for joy, but unfortunately their relationship wasn't meant to last and the couple have since broken up. But I mean, they really went a while without publicly announcing their relationship, so they got to savor those moments without much scrutiny. At number 8, Brenda Song and Macaulay Culkin. I guess you could say that for these two, the movie Changeland changed their lives forever. But I'll take my leave. Former Disney Channel star Brenda and former child actor Macaulay Culkin got together after working on the film Changeland after being introduced by Seth Green, and from that point on, it's been the two of them against the world. Their relationship is public knowledge now, but that wasn't the case at the beginning of their relationship because they kept their personal lives to themselves. Rumors of their relationship only started swirling in 2017, but they never publicly addressed it until 2019. Between that time, when people would ask about the rumor that they were seeing each other, they would basically respond with the good old no comment response. Once they officially went public with their relationship, that's when we got to find out the juicy details regarding their pets, what they like about each other, and how in love they are. To make things even cuter, Brenda and Macaulay recently welcomed their first child in April of this year. At number 7, Matthew Broderick and Jennifer Grey. One of my favorite movies of all time is Ferris Bueller's Day Off, so to find out about the secret relationship that was going on the set of this movie is an extra special treat for me, and it might be for you as well. Turns out that Matthew Broderick, who played Ferris Bueller, and Jennifer Grey, who played Ferris's sister Jeannie, were actually a couple, and they were even engaged at one point. According to Jennifer, the romance started while they were filming Ferris Bueller, saying that it was a little difficult for them because their relationship was a secret. Their romance even affected their work because even though they were supposed to be playing rival siblings in the movie, always being at each other's throats, Jennifer would say that they would often break character, saying, quote, "I got the giggles so bad that they basically had to stop production. I full on couldn't get it together for anything. The producers were like, take a walk around the block, and I would, and it would start again. It was painful. The giggling was because of all the energy between us." At number 6, Vanessa Hudgens and Josh Hutcherson. Raise your hand if you didn't know that Vanessa Hudgens and Josh Hutcherson dated. Don't be shy, it's okay if you didn't know, because apparently a lot of people didn't. Turns out that Josh and Vanessa dated sometime around 2011. Now we don't have much information about their relationship because it was kept so hush-hush, but what we do know is that it happened, and then it happened while they were filming the movie Journey 2. The two met on set of the film and hit it off from there, but their relationship was pretty short-lived. The public only found out that they had briefly dated when the two of them were doing press for Journey 2 and someone asked how long they'd been dating. There's a video of the cringy revelation that they had dated and broken up already, but because I like you guys, I will spare you that agony. But if you want to go watch it on your own time, after this video of course, just don't say I didn't warn you. At number 5, Kit Harington and Rose Leslie. I think I speak for many Game of Thrones fans when I say Kit Harington and Rose Leslie's relationship had us going for a wild ride. Kit Harington and Rose Leslie met while filming the second season of Game of Thrones, and from then they haven't looked back. They're the ones who gave us the iconic you-know-nothing Jon Snow, and from that point we knew they were perfect. After seeing their chemistry together on screen, fans started suspecting that maybe there was something there that was a little bit more than friendly, and soon they were being spotted together in public and rumors started swirling of a relationship beginning to blossom between Jon Snow and Ygritte. They kept their relationship pretty private for the most part, as fans only had rumors and speculation to go off of in regards to their favorite Game of Thrones couple, which was a little annoying, but hey, what are you gonna do? It wasn't until 2016 that the couple went public with their relationship, with Kit confirming that they did fall in love while filming Game of Thrones in Iceland. The couple later got engaged in 2017, married in 2018, and they recently welcomed their first child together earlier this year in February 2021. Happily ever after. At number 4, Nina Dobrev and Ian Somerhalder. When The Vampire Diaries was still on TV, that was a weird time for all of us. At least for us angsty teens with way too many feelings. A lot of us got way too invested in the show and with the actors, so when Nina Dobrev and Ian Somerhalder started dating, it's no wonder they wanted to keep it private. These two actors reportedly started dating while working on the show in 2010, and they were able to keep it pretty much under wraps for about a year. The couple dated for 3 years, but they kept that first year completely to themselves. They were one of those couples who were able to turn their on-screen chemistry into a real relationship and remain friends after they broke up. Fans of the show were obsessed with Nina and Ian's relationships, so much so that the couple won an award for favorite on-screen chemistry. In 2012, there was a rumor circulating that they had gotten engaged, and though they denied that, fans still remained skeptical, though it didn't matter in the end since they ended up breaking up. They still remain on good terms, and apparently Nina is good friends with Ian's wife, so it all worked out in the end. At number 3, Lily Reinhart and Cole Sprouse. Sticking with the theme of teen drama actors and their fans who are way too obsessed with their personal lives, we have Riverdale stars Lily Reinhart and Cole Sprouse. From very early on in the show's run, Bughead was really what fans got excited for. Bughead, for those who don't know, is a ship name for Cole and Lily's characters, Betty and Jughead. So when Bughead became a real thing, fans were over the moon, but it took them a little while to clue in because Cole and Lily were able to keep their relationship a secret for quite a while. There was speculation that the two started dating in early 2017, but it wasn't confirmed until later that year when Lily posted a beautiful Instagram post for Cole's birthday. They never really exploited their relationship much, even after it was confirmed, and tried to keep their personal lives private. In 2018, they made their relationship red carpet official as they attended the Met Gala together, but even then the details of their relationship remained pretty minimal. In an interview, Lily said, quote, "No one knows how long we've been together, and no one will until we're ready to say it. No one knows how we fell in love except for our close friends and us. It's really special." Sadly, for Bughead fans, they've since broken up, but their relationship will still be remembered as one of the sweetest. At number 2, Alexis Bledel and Jared Padalecki. There's nothing better than finding out some juicy secrets about one of your favorite shows years later. That's what fans of Gilmore Girls experienced when they found out that there had been a secret romance that went undetected between Alexis Bledel and Jared Padalecki. It turns out that though they were love interests on the show, their chemistry bled into real life and they had dated while filming the show. But this secret was kept until 9 years after the show ended. Nearly a decade later, and fans of the show finally get to know what was going on behind the scenes. Don't know why they kept it a secret for so long, but hey, at least it's out now. And finally, at number 1, Ross Lynch and Jazz Sinclair. Fans of the chilling adventures of Sabrina were over the moon to find out that 2 members of the show's cast were in a relationship. This revelation came 2 years after it was suspected that there was a romance brewing between Ross Lynch and Jazz Sinclair. As per usual, fans and press alike were searching for clues as to what was going on between the 2 stars, but they were pretty good at hiding their relationship. Fans only got confirmation of the relationship after they went TikTok official in 2020, after they posted a video of the 2 of them dancing together and almost sharing a kiss. Ross and Jazz remain in a relationship, and I personally hope that they never break up because they're just so cute together.